Hey guys, welcome back to the Big Build Notebook. Now I generally make a notebook when there's something to talk about the build. When there's an update to the software and it breaks something and something, I want to express myself. I want to moan a little bit about what's happened. And this one's a doozy. So, a couple of days ago, I updated the game to the latest SP4, so that's build 114800, and it broke the root. Now it's just done the obvious things. Now we're obviously in the city, and it looks fairly similar. You can see there's a building here gone. There's a building there. Well, there's a few buildings there have gone. Building here which is gone, and it's the same throughout the whole route basically. Odd buildings here and they've gone. As annoying as that is, it's fine. I don't mind. I can fix that. It's a couple of hours work and it's all done again. But this time there's a much bigger problem. Now I generally moan about the FPS. You know, I say on some updates they're better, on some updates they're worse, but on this one, yeah. Okay, this is the worst place in the whole map for FPS. It's why it's on this little bit down here, and I keep it away from everything. So let's bring the FPS up. Now, it is actually unpaused right now, so we're on the route. We haven't got a session loaded. We've gone into driver mode, we've unpaused it. Now we've got 36 FPS. Now that's not great, but that's what it is and should be around this area because of the amount of stuff we've got going on. It generally dips between about 26 and 24, there you go. But I position the cameras a little bit better than that. I purposely position them quite low so you don't really see too much what's happening. You know, that keeps the FPS a little bit higher. But what about if you unpaused and it immediately goes to about 4 to 5 FPS? And that's what happened. I've managed to fix the root file so we can actually, look at it and it's generally okay now. Something on the update, something within the root doesn't like this update. They've changed something in the game. And if I actually edit any of the session files, the FPS on the actual root file, then completely dives back down to 5 FPS again, 5 FPS. I am not sure what's actually causing it. Now, the way I fix this, I actually have two installs. I've got this Platinum version, which is the latest, and I've got the standard version of the game also installed, and that's on a much earlier version. So what I did, I backported the root into the standard version. I then did a couple of edits, and then I saved it again, and I imported it back into the Platinum, and that's fixed it. Now I've got that file, whatever happens. And so we have the base to actually make sure the root file at least can actually still work. I think what we're going to do now is actually have a look at the session file. I'm going to run it quickly on the standard version, and I get the FPS up there to show you what it should be. Now the standard is capped to 30. Now that's what I generally do for videos because I want a constant frame rate. This is why it's going above 30 on this one. I haven't capped it on here. But on the other side, we'll play it on here, and you can see what actually the FPS is on here as well. Let's do that. Right, so if I've edited this right, because I'm doing the talk over before that, you'll see on the left how it is now, on the right how it should be. So, got what, 10 FPS here. Wow. But on the other side, you'll notice there's a very steady 30 FPS. And if I hadn't capped it to 30 FPS, it would be a lot more. I don't know what the actual problem is. All of the sessions are like this. If I edit any of the sessions, the root then becomes busted. It busts the root. So that if you load in the root like we just did a moment ago, that then the FPS goes back down to 5 FPS again. And I've reinstalled the software completely. I've reinstalled the roots completely. I've downloaded everything from scratch. I've done the what's it called? The check, the import file check, which you have to do. I forget what it's called. Doesn't really matter. which they recommend you do to make sure there aren't any problems. I've tried deleting various things to see if anything actually is the issue. Like the one constant, for instance, the track. Maybe the track's problem this time. No, it's not. I put it onto the most basic track we could have. I tried different settings. I've gone to the lowest settings, graphical settings you can have, and this makes absolutely zero difference. Even with the lowest settings, the FPS stays exactly where it is. Unless I can fix this, unfortunately, this is probably going to be the end of the big build. It's a shame, and I don't have the trust right now in actually building anything further onto the big build. If this is going to happen, it might be some of the commands. Well, I know the commands are different. The Drive 2 command, for instance, if I backport this route to a previous version, this Service Pack 2, I think, is running on the standard at the moment. The Drive 2 command isn't there. It's different. It gets removed from the game. Yeah. You're going to hear lots of because I don't really understand what the problem is, and I spent nearly an entire day yesterday looking at it, trying different things to actually make it work. As I say, it's a shame. If you guys got ideas what to try, that's what really this video is about, for you to express your ideas to how can we fix it, then by all means please tell me, and I'll certainly try them. Maybe it's time to actually do something different with trains, perhaps. Yeah, there's Train 22 coming out, so I will be doing something with that. Maybe it's time to do something completely different. I don't know, but it would be nice to actually get what we have working again. So if you do have ideas, please do let me know. I'll certainly try them. Okay guys, that's going to be it for this one. Thank you very much for watching. Yeah, I'll see you next time. Cheers then. Bye bye.